Hello YouTube, this is Gary Kaiser. I am going to do a update of my Shadow Paladins. So, let's get started. Obviously, the grade zeros didn't change. It's exact same triggers and exact same starter. Into the ones, still for Blaster Javelin. He's not that great if you don't ride him turn 1, but turn 1 you ride him, get your grade 2, make up for your starter. We got the 4 Karn, staple grade 1, hope you get to 21. Then we have 4 Mickler, the perfect guard, standard. And then we have 4 Aaron Rod for a total of 16 grade 1s. With Blaster Javelin being able to search out grade 2s and the draw power that this deck can have, like including her, I opted for what I found best to run 16 grade 1s, especially since when you have the 16 grade 1s, if you draw your opening hand, you don't have your Javelin, you can shuffle back pretty much like as much as you need, not keeping a grade 1 in hand, and still feel pretty assured that you're going to draw that grade 1 since you have such a high number of them in your deck. And with her early game, she really helps fix bad hands so that you don't misgrade. And for the grade 2s, we got 1 Blaster Dark, just the 1. You don't need it any more than that really. Turn 2, you ride it on top of Javelin, have a 10k Vanguard. Maybe sometimes actually zap something with his effect. Only the 1 doesn't really hurt consistency that much since it's just 1 card. If you draw in your opening hand, you can just mulligan it back into the deck. Worst case scenario is that you mulligan it and redraw it. That's very low chance. Then we have 2 Rugose, the 10k. I'd like to play more 10k. I usually like to play like at least 4 every deck, but this deck, your effects really add up, so I don't really have room for more beat sticks, but I still like to run 2 because I need the power. Then we have 4 Cursed Lancer. Why isn't this focusing? There we go. 4 Cursed Lancer. Pretty good effect, very valuable in this deck, being able to unflip damage. It means you can get 1 more effect off, and he's not bad, he's a 9k. So, feel that his effect to unflip damage is extremely valuable. If nothing else, it's forcing the opponent to guard. And last of the grade 2s, we have 3 Witch here. As I said earlier, with the 16 grade 1s, and only 10 grade 2s as you'll see, because the Javelin can search out the grade 2, and you have the Arian Rod to help you get to grade 2s turn 1, and then the deck only runs 7 grade 3s, so between the Arian Rod and the Witches, the high draw power that you can have early game, help make sure you get to your one of your 7 grade 3s instead of 8 grade 3s. And then for the grade 3s, we have 4 Dark Dictator and 3 Ildana. I found it's best to ride the Dictator early often, even though that doesn't make sense. Because of the high grade 1 count, you can drop some grade 1s early to get some attacks in, and then once you get the grade 3, you'll have that front row ready to ride him and actually power up and use him even if you have to ride him early. I like riding him early because he lets me commit less to the field because he won't need a booster, and he lets me get in good pushes. And then I kind of like running the Madonna or Ildana later to limit break when my hand's getting low and I need to refill it. I've cut back to 1 because there are a lot of pluses this deck can do, but this deck can actually take the whole drawing thing too far and deck yourself out. But this card is useful for hitting 21 marks against 11k opponents, and it can, when you realize your field or your hand doesn't have enough to survive the opponent's turn, you can limit break to put your hand at a bigger size, turn on-field attacking into in-hand defense. So, yep, that's it for now. It's a little bit more consistent, as I said, than my previous build, which is obviously the goal of every deck after you update it. So, tell me what you think.